Alright folks, thanks for checking in Stormtopia.com, the Stormtopia.com Facebook page. Remember daily weather update right now. Alright, a lot of hype over today about so it's supposed to be a hot day. Well, not really, guys. Look at this. Here are our temperature contours. This is the 70 contour, this is the 60 contour, and so on. We have barely made it into the 60s across a lot of southern New England. Guess what these are? 50s, okay? Unbelievable how not hot today was. Was I hyping it up? Well, not really. I said today would be a bit warm for some, and that ended up verifying. For some, it was warm inland. Here we verified primarily in the 70s. There were a couple spots which did verify 80 across the interior of Virginia, West Virginia, but that's already occurred this year in that area, so it didn't come as a stunning thing to them. Further inland, we made it into the 70s, which was nice, but not hot by any means. Make your way east, 65 about for a maximum temperature today in the Boston area. So not an incredibly warm day, just a nice day to get out there. Tomorrow will not be the same. Wednesday will not quite be the same. However, Thursday and Friday both look like great days. Let's take a look at the models right now, and what's essentially going to occur here is we're going to see a frontal zone that's already developed across the northern mid-Atlantic, going to be pushing northward a bit by as we go through the evening. So here we are in 12Z tomorrow, and you can see how it's pushed right around New York, and perhaps a bit just north of that. So we got light rain falling across southern New England. We've got, meanwhile, a weak trough digging in the Ohio Valley. Low is digging around behind that, and we have rain on the west side of that low. I do want to stress that it is falling as rain. That kind of becomes cut off and doesn't really move. Then it gets caught back into the dead stream. But it takes all day on Tuesday. So all day on Tuesday, rain's just falling across the mid-Atlantic, increasing in coverage and a bit in intensity after you increase in coverage. Then it takes until Tuesday late night for the storm to finally get progressive. Then it starts moving. So Wednesday morning, you see it begins to move. Here we are by 12Z, and then you can see what's happened is we've seen a bit of a dry slot wrapping in on the southern side of it. We've got the heaviest rain just off to the east, where there's the ocean influence, and that ends up slamming southern New England by the time we make our way out into Wednesday. So Wednesday is going to be a washout for much of the day on in southern New England. Not a great day to get out there, skateboard, baseball, basketball, or even just enjoy the day. Won't be like today, sorry. Alright, Thursday. That's when we finally get back into this nice pattern that we've been looking at for the past couple of weeks. And you can see what ends up occurring as we get behind that is a more active weather pattern, which is always exciting. So, but Thursday and Friday are looking good. Then, most of the international guidance agrees that we're going to see a major storm blowing up in the Central Plains. It just, what matters here is where it blows up. What latitude is one thing, okay? So latitude is one thing. If it develops in the northerly latitudes, we're looking at a significant threat of heavy snowfall. Southerly latitudes, not as significant. Longitudes, if it develops further east, then folks further east get more of an effect, and folks in the west get less of an effect. If it develops further west, then we're going to see the storm worse in the west, worse in the central. Then as you make your way into the Ohio Valley, it weakens and peters out. Either way, while all this is happening Thursday and Friday, the East Coast is nice and calm. GFS develops a major blizzard, and the storm moves east, and it dies, and then it picks up some ocean moisture, and by Saturday and Sunday, it's another 2 washout days for the Northeast, but the second half of Sunday ends up being okay. Alright, and I just got flared with pop-ups, which was kind of ridiculous. Anyway, and the Euro kind of agrees with that, but what I find interesting about this whole deal is that both of these guidance that the GFS and the Euro, which are usually don't get along, they both do the same thing. The Euro just develops it further east. And because the Euro develops it further east, it's a smaller area of heavy snow. But it's still an area of heavy snow, an area you see developing over Iowa, southern Minnesota, southern Wisconsin. And what I think is going to occur here is a Euro-NAM solution. Now this is the part where you guys, oh, the NAM come into range? Oh, well, it will come into range, okay? And when it does, we're just going to see what it says. Alright, and the way I see things right now, we're not going to see a major blizzard. Being April 15th, 16th, 14th, 15th, 16th, I can't imagine there being a major blizzard. Well, I could imagine, I just wouldn't think it's probable. Has it happened before? Yeah. Could it happen? Yeah. Alright, remember 2009, spring 2009, we had a series of blizzards across the plain. And maybe this will be the case once again. But it's just not the pattern we were stuck in earlier, so I would doubt it if it occurs. But we'll just have to see. So stay tuned, have a good day, and remember, I don't think I've announced this to you, which is a shame. You have to come to our website on Friday. Why Friday especially? No, not because there's a storm developing. Well, yes, that too. But hurricane forecast gets released. Now, we're just not going to throw out numbers the way other people do and say, name storms, hurricanes, and major hurricanes. Yeah, we'll give you those numbers. But what we think is most important here at Stormtopia is track congregation. We're going to be talking about who on the coast has the greatest threat. Everyone should stay prepared, but who is at the greatest threat? So, stay tuned for a hurricane forecast. Comes out first thing Friday morning. Enjoy your day. Stay tuned. Have a great day.